Welcome, everyone. Welcome to purplelunarose tarot and astrology. Tonight is love and astrology night. I will be reading for the collective and offering some free and paid mini readings at the end. It is still my birthday month, so we are doing a giveaway tonight. I do have a very special giveaway for everyone who participates in the free and paid mini readings. The astrology that we're looking at is going to be the 20th through the 26th of April. When I read for all 12 signs on Wednesday, that is the dates that we're going to look at. I am going to go over that astrology just a little bit. We did talk about all of April astrology transits, and that video is posted over on my YouTube channel under the live tab if you're looking for it. But I will give you a little recap of this particular week. And then I'm actually going to take this opportunity to talk to you guys about Venus and Aries. Venus and Aries is going to be very powerful 2025. So I want to make sure to get that energy and that information out to you guys. So that's what we're going to focus on tonight, Venus and Aries. Ladies, let me know. Do you have sound picture? I'm getting a little bit of a sound warning over on YouTube. But I think I'm okay over on Facebook. Guys, please remember we are multi-streaming. So we're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all at the same time. I see Michelle coming in on Facebook. Welcome. Vanessa's here. Jenna's here. Sherry's with us. Welcome, ladies. Welcome. All right, I do have a little video for you ladies to watch. Vanessa said sound is echoing. All right, let me see what I can do. All right, how about that? Is that better? For some reason, it wasn't on that default button that we all like. So sound should be a little better. Let me know. Let me know if that worked out. All right, I'm just going to go over to my Venus and Aries notes. Guys, it's going to be fun. I'm going to give you a little bit of collective energy, what you may experience as Venus is in Aries, April 30th through May 24th. I'm also going to give you some do's and don'ts for all 12 signs while Venus is in Aries. So that should be fun. Sherry says much better. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, ladies. And our sound warning did go away, so all is well. All right, let me jump into Venus and Aries, and then I will read for the collective, and we'll get to those free and paid mini readings. Guys, I do want to announce that our giveaway tonight is going to be a live one-on-one, 1 hour with me. You can see there on your screen where you can get a live tarot reading or live twin flame coaching hour, all up to you. So that is our special giveaway for tonight. All right, good luck, everyone. All right, let's get to it. So, collective energies. Have you guys been hearing the other astrologers talk about Venus moving into Aries? This is going to be very impactful just because of the retrograde that Venus just went through. All right, so collective energies, love, money, creativity, social vibes. I put that information on your screen. I'm going to dive into each of those a little bit more. The love energy is bold crushes, fast paced romance, honest conversations. People are really going to start to speak their minds in relationships. We've all just suddenly realized that no one is psychic, no one can read our mind, and everyone needs to know what it is that we actually want from them, right? Ta-da! So that is what this Venus and Aries energy will bring for all of us. Remember, Venus is the ruler of love and money. I feel like that gets mistaken or misinformed a lot. But Venus rules Libra, which is the ruler of relationships, right? And Venus also rules Taurus, which is the ruler of money. So money is going to be huge when we move into Aries. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready for it. Be cautious of impulsive spending or investing at this time. It's going to be great for starting side hustles, but avoid any reckless risk. And here's where this energy is going to go back and forth because you don't want to be reckless at this time, but It is an opportunity. It is a time to take risks. I would say make sure that whatever risks you're taking, I know I guess it can't be a risk if you're doing all the research and doing all the legwork, but I feel like as long as it's a creative risk, something that you've put a lot of time and energy into, this could definitely be a time, Venus in Aries. Creativity is going to spark at this time as well. So new ideas will explode like fireworks. Some of you could already be feeling this energy. This is perfect for launching projects with passion. Passion is the key word for Venus in Aries. All right, so here's what the collective needs to watch out for. Impatience, I want it now energy, and arguments. People may be blunt or selfish. That's that Aries energy. So you want to be cautious and look out for that. All right, I'm going to break it down into all 12 signs. This is what you need to focus on, the do's and don'ts of Venus in Aries. All right, let's start with Aries, of course. So, Aries, the focus is you. This is the time to shine. Ask for what you want in love, work, or creativity. So, you do want to start passion projects, ask someone out, or rekindle a romance, and you want to avoid rushing others or ignoring their needs. Venus in Aries. All right, Taurus, you are next. So, Taurus, your focus, Venus in Aries, is going to be self worth. So, stop playing it safe. Take a bold step toward what you deserve. You do want to negotiate a raise, update your look, or end a stale relationship. And you don't want to overspend or have any impulse buys at this time. All right, Gemini. Gemini is next. So, Aries and Venus for you will be all about social sparks. Your charm is on fire. This is about networking, flirting, and collaborating. You do want to host events, pitch creative ideas, or even join a cause. You don't want to gossip or start any drama at this time. Cancer, Venus in Aries for you is going to focus on career courage. Advocate for yourself at work or go after a leadership role. You do want to ask for a promotion, share bold ideas, or start a side hustle. Avoid picking fights with authority figures. All right, Leo. Leo is next. So, your focus with Venus and Aries is going to be all about adventure. This is about traveling, learning, and exploring new perspectives in love and money. You do want to plan a trip, take a risk on a crush, or teach and share your talents. You don't want to be a know it all at this time. Virgo, you're next. So your focus is going to be deep connections. Be brave in intimacy or financial partnerships. Do have a tough conversation, invest in shared goals, or spice up your love life. And don't overanalyze. Trust your gut. Libra, Venus in Aries is going to be strong for you as well. As Venus is your ruling planet. So, relationship is going to be the focus for you, of course, and it's going to be balance me with we. Speak up about your needs. Do initiate a date, renegotiate boundaries, or collaborate creativity. Avoid people pleasing at your own expense. Scorpios, you guys ready for Scorpio? Scorpio, Venus in Aries, your focus is going to be daily hustle. So revamp your routine or health habits with fiery energy. Do start a fitness challenge, organize your space, or even flirt with a coworker. Avoid power struggles over small things. All right, Sagittarius, your focus is going to be fun and creativity. So let your inner child play. Romance and hobbies thrive at this time. Do try a new hobby, plan on a spontaneous date, or invest in a creative idea. Don't do any overpromising at this time. Keep it as real as possible. Capricorn, you're next. Your focus of Venus in Aries is going to be home and family. Be bold in creating a secure, passionate home life. Do redecorate, address family tensions, or even host a gathering. Avoid stubbornness and compromise. Avoid stubbornness by compromising.
I can get to read my own handwriting from time to time. All right, Aquarius, you're next. So the focus for you is going to be communication. Speak your truth boldly in love, work, or activism. Do, write, teach, or advocate for a cause. Flirt with your words. Avoid picking debates just to win. And Pisces, we're going to wrap it up here. You're going to focus on money and value. So fight for your worth. Ask for more or cut financial dead weight. Do negotiate pay, sell unused items, or budget for a passion. Avoid emotional spending at this time. All right, so here's my takeaways of Venus in Aries 2025. This is like a motivational coach yelling at us, go for it, right? It's that energy. So start something new, love, projects, goals, be honest about what you want, and take smart risks. That's the word I was thinking of earlier. Take smart risks, not reckless ones. All right, do remember, fire burns out fast. Pair boldness with patience to make it last. Hi guys, that's what I have for Venus and Aries. I hope that information was helpful. All right, I see everyone is here. Hello, ladies. All right, I'm going to start a collective reading first to check in and see how everyone is doing. Let me know in the comments, how is everyone doing? That all the planets are direct. We have no retrogrades currently. Isn't that nice? I feel like I didn't stumble over my words, that much. I feel like all the delays are over. I do feel like things are coming in quickly, which is nice. All right. Just getting my cards ready. And actually, we're going to sage a little. Let's sage a little. Harley Quinn for sure. Are we talking about the cat? The kitten? We're going to name the kitten Harley Quinn. Dina, welcome. I meant to do this right before I hit the button. That's why I was running late. And then I realized that I didn't have my water, so I ran and got my water and forgot the sage. Aw, Sherry's going to sage with me. I love it. I like to sage the cards I'm fixing to use, especially if I just use them. I just used the Heal Yourself reading cards in another reading. So. Little Palo Santo for protection. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like the Palo Santo also helps me focus. And I know that's not what it's meant for. But because, from time to time, I be talking to the dead people, I know I say the craziest stuff on here, but anyway, it's true from time to time. So it's like I have to do the Palo Santo to kind of cleanse the energy so I can let the person know that like we're finished with our time. You know what I mean? For those of you having the same type of awakening as me, mediumship is nothing new, right? This is not. I feel like we're getting comfortable with it now. At least I am. Like I used to be nervous. I wouldn't necessarily say scared, but definitely nervous. And it's like now Eh, just another day. All right, let's get to the collective reading. All right, so here's what I know. I'm being told to talk about the energies a little bit, so we're gonna do that while I shuffle. Um, what I know is that the divine masculine is dealing with some frustrations. They could be quiet about these frustrations at this time. I think it's because, honestly, I think it's like for show. Um, because they've been going through such challenging times, it's like I don't want you to know that I'm still dealing with challenges. It's like the masculine wants to portray that they're coming through dark night of the soul unscathed, and that's kind of the energy that I picked up from the masculine energy today. Some of you could be dealing with some wounded masculine energies, especially those of you that have counterpart energies. I definitely sense that today. Again, still in no contact. Don't need any, right? But I do sense that energy of um, wounded masculine, trying to portray like a certain outcome to something, maybe even doing the, I'm fine, everything's okay type of energy. So I sense that from divine masculine today. And then divine feminine, I feel like for divine feminine, it's more about, am I where I'm supposed to be? Am I doing all the things I'm supposed to be? I think we're finally starting to have some acceptance with the journey that we're on, but not just acceptance with the spiritual awakening journey we're on, but also acceptance on what that means, right? And I think a lot of us are really starting to um, like step up to the plate, I guess, when it comes to following our purpose and this type of thing. And I think that we're starting to see the alignment, like what happens to our life, just our life in general, when our soul comes into the alignment of purpose, right? The soul's purpose. And for me, especially, I feel like, I mean, is life easy? No, life is always challenging. But I think it's easier because I feel like I have new tools. I feel like I can move through the obstacles a lot better than I used to, right? And I do feel that it is about implementing all the knowledge at this time. So that's what's coming in for divine feminine. Now, remember, it always feels like we are like the divine feminine energy is a few steps ahead of divine masculine. And it always feels like we're kind of looking back and watching them, go through their journey. And again, that's going to be different for all of you and how that portrays or like how that works out for you. For me, it's interesting because it's like there's been some type of swap. Um, it's like there's been some type of shift in energy. Um, in my journey, the masculine energy was on a pedestal for so long, right? And now it definitely seems like it's a much more even playing field, and even I feel like the word even is not even really fair because it does feel um, spiritually like the feminine energy has a little bit of a leg up. It's almost like a little bit of the gates are opening because we have done the work and because we have stayed in alignment and because we, the self-discipline and the focus and dedication to our awakening and purpose, I think is what's bringing in like, I don't want to say rewards because it's not necessarily what it is. It's just more alignment, if that makes sense. All right, so now with all that said, let's jump in and see what comes out. Heal yourself reading cards. And I'm going to start with masculine energy first. So we have the patience card coming out. There could be something with love that the masculine is struggling with. I am seeing the lady at the well type of energy. They could be trying to purify or cleanse their own past, or what they may feel are past mistakes. Again, there's no such thing as a mistake on this journey. I feel like we beat ourselves up entirely too much. We cause delays, right? We cause delays. And I do feel like there was something in love that the masculine had to go through to learn. And I mean, it could be something as simple as just learning to love themselves so that they would be able to love others and even be able to receive love. I think that is the energy. I feel I heard the bell like ding, 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 winner, when I said able to receive love. So there's something about that that the masculine is going through at this time. All right. Let's get the feminine energy. We have the home card coming out. I see the beauty card on the bottom. So something could be happening in the home situation for the divine feminine. I know something pretty significant happened to me very recently in the home situation, right? And I feel like, so the home card itself in the Heal Yourself reading card, when you look it up, the meaning in the book, it actually talks about um, trying to um, recover a time of happiness, of joy. Some of you could be going through and doing some type of like spring cleaning. Decluttering is actually what I'm hearing. Decluttering. I mean, it is that time, right? It's springtime. So what I was going to say is, in the book, it actually talks about this person who is moving this furniture around and changing pictures out, and they're trying to recreate a time when they were happier. But for the feminine energy, what I'm actually getting at, what spirit's telling me, is that you're actually cleaning up, you're decluttering, you're removing things to make things as simple as possible at this time. Your focus could definitely be your home life. And for me, it's not just about cleaning it up here, which is very true, but it's also about protecting what I have here and what I've built here and what I've invested in here. The numbers are interesting to me. The synchronicities have just been through the roof lately. Some of us love the synchronicities. I know that I do most of the time. And then sometimes they can definitely get challenging and be a little frustrating, and you feel like, oh my gosh, that's enough synchronicities, right? But I do want to point them out. So it does give you confirmation if you're seeing them and hearing them as well. I think it's going to be the 3s and 5s today. But we have number 23 for patience. So 2 and 3 is 5. Guys, 5s are all about change. Change is happening for divine masculine. And then we have 3 and 5 for the feminine energy. So the 3 is giving me it's a spiritual energy, and the 5, of course, is also change. So that could be for the masculine, the 2, so partnership is where they could be experiencing some type of spiritual change. And then for the feminine, the home situation where you could be experiencing some type of spiritual change. And I'm also seeing the number 8, which is infinity, and something about abundance. All right, let's get bridging energy. So bridging energy, if you guys ever wonder where this spread came from, I created this spread for my own awakening journey. Definitely guided, right? So masculine energy, feminine energy, bridging energy is our current spiritual lesson. So when I'm doing this reading, I'm looking, my intention is to focus on collective energies. Um, we all have masculine and feminine energies within us. I try to say these very general terms as often as possible. So I know if you're with me every day, you're like, Rosa, you say that every day. We have to, literally, we have to, because people will just come out and sell somebody some fairy tale romantic bullshit story, and then we're starting from square one all over again, right? So we all have masculine and feminine energies within us, right? And if you're having a spiritual awakening, what you're doing is you're learning how to balance those energies, depending on what type of awakening you're on, right? I'm having a twin flame spiritual awakening, which means that someone came into my environment and woke me up. Right. So a lot of times we coordinate masculine and feminine energies with those energies of the ones who awakened us. Bridging energy is the spiritual lesson, regardless of whether you're in union, 3D union, or not. It could be with different people and different places, but it's the same lesson. And I just want to point out that I am not one of those people that buys that I'm walking around with a half a soul. That just sounds ridiculous to me. I feel whole. So I feel that um, simultaneous incarnation is a much better explanation for a twin flame journey, right? So you're always in union. You're always in union. You came into this lifetime in union, and you will leave this lifetime in union, whole. All right, bridging energy. We do have temptation. Number 19 is coming out. Cycles is here, and I do believe that is what's about to happen. I've been sensing the energy strongly. So when we feel the temptation energy, we feel pulled back to the past, or maybe we're even sensing some nostalgia. A lot of times when you're in this type of awakening and you have this type um, of connection, you definitely can see other people, like the counterpart energies, memories and thoughts, and this type of thing. I do feel that the cycles card is coming out on the bottom of the deck here because we're about to get some type of opportunity to end some type of karmic cycle that deals with temptation. There's nothing about temptation that's like ringing high vibe to me. You see what I'm saying? So it's like a low vibrational energy cycle that needs to be broken, and I do feel like that is what is about to happen. And I feel that because remember how I just said that fives are change. Well, sixes are, six comes after five, right? Six is harmony. I know we get like a bad, I don't know, like people go, oh, six is bad, and six, 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 all this kind of stuff. Y'all, there's more than one meaning to things. Like, I just want to point out, like, there's angel numbers, and sixes are not a bad number. It actually means harmony, because it comes after five, right? So you go through the change of five, and then the six coming after is like you accepting that change. You're starting to balance out with the change, right? All right, I'm just going to use some regular Rider Waite. YouTube has not been a Rosa fan for, I would say, the last month, so we're just going to go for it, right? I struggle with the shorts and the long form videos on YouTube. Their algorithms are so picky, and some people believe that the shorts can mess up your channel, especially if you have long form videos. We have live streams, which is kind of like the long form videos, but we don't upload videos. That's actually fixing to change. I'm gonna start uploading a weekly weekend collective um, while I'm doing my summer job. So that'll hopefully still give us a little insight on what to look forward on the weekends, and we'll deal with the YouTube upload issue, right? All right, so Two of Pentacles comes out, which is interesting because we did see the 2, 3 for the number. Two of Pentacles is feeling stretched. like there's not enough of something. The moon card is going to fall here as well. It could be some fear or illusion that the divine masculine is dealing. Look at that. I hear it. Okay, not enough of something, and then the moon, fear, illusion. So what the divine masculine is struggling with is feeling like they're not enough, or they're not doing enough. The sun coming out just kind of tells me that they're at the beginning of some type of journey. And the moon could be a lot more than what I said about fear and illusion. The moon could say that this masculine energy really needs to bring this thing they fear, or this belief system, to the surface so that they can deal with it once and for all, right? This illusion, or this idea that the masculine is not good enough for the feminine energy, I feel like that has been like it just ran itself out. You know what I mean? All right, let's look at the home card for the divine feminine. So we have Ace of Wands coming out. This is about fate, destiny, passionate action. Passion is going to be, I mean, Venus and Aries. Passion, 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 right? All right, Seven of Cups comes out, and the Page of Pentacles comes out. All right, so I'm kind of getting this, again, risky endeavor type of energy for divine feminine. Make sure that you're looking at all your options thoroughly before choosing. But it's very possible that, again, something divinely fated, something that you're passionate about, something that you're excited about, is about to begin, because we see the Page of Pentacles, and Page of Pentacles is like new beginning, new start. It's a small offer, the very beginnings of something. The two major arcanas coming out for divine masculine. Notice no major arcanas for divine feminine. And if you're jealous, divine feminine, don't be. Divine energy comes when it's needed, right? The divine masculine, again, struggling with that lady at the well energy. I'm not good enough energy. So spirit stepping in here and really bringing these old stagnant fears and these types of things to the surface. So again, like I said, divine masculine could deal with it once and for all. For divine feminine, you've been doing the work. You've been in alignment. You've been cleaning up the mess. You've been decluttering. You've been focused on self-discipline and self-healing and self-care, all of that stuff. So it is time for you now to have some type of new start, new beginning. Let's look at that temptation. I do feel like there is going to be some type of return from the past type of energy. But again, we saw the cyclist card, and I do feel it is about breaking old cycles. All right, we have Queen of Pentacles coming out. We have the Magician coming out. We have Six of Pentacles coming out. We have Page of Swords on the bottom. Page of Swords just say that somebody is watching. All right, so Queen of Pentacles is learning to become your own resource, but I'm kind of getting this energy about taking responsibility for something. And the Magician, of course, is our manifestation powers as within, so without. And the Six of Pentacles is here, which says you're about to get help doing something. You're about to get help doing something. It's also very possible that for some of you, you could be tempted with something that is financial. I feel like it's also possible that it's something you could have manifested or brought in. All right, let's do a little head, heart, and higher self. All right, I'm going to use the Yin Yang Oracle. So starting with the masculine energy, let's look at thoughts. We have self-love, creation, intentions, deception, temptation coming out in the headspace. We also saw temptation as the bridging energy. Again, feeling like they're not enough of something, like they're faking something, masking something, pretending about something. All right, in the heart space, we have renewal and spark. That is that confirmation of that energy that I felt. Again, with the temptation card, we have feminine energy coming out for higher self, for divine masculine. So divine masculine could be learning about the feminine from the higher self, could be learning about the connection with the feminine from higher self, could even be learning about balancing the inner feminine from within from higher self, which makes sense because we saw that woman at the well card for divine masculine. All right, let's look at divine feminine, head, heart, and higher self. So we have the sun card, strength, empowerment, limitation, and fears coming out, taking two of them again. So again, I feel like it's this energy of inner strength, moving into this energy of divine feminine empowerment. I do feel it is because we have faced some fear. Most likely for you, it's going to be the same as it was for me. The fear, the understanding of what the journey really consisted of. We've let go of the idea or belief system of what we were told or what we thought it was, and I feel like that alone has given us a lot of empowerment. In the heart space, we have closed off, guarded, and resistance. And then in the higher self space, we have comfort zone, south node, clinging. So I do feel like the higher self lesson for divine feminine is getting out of the comfort zone. There's a lot of change, a lot of smart risk taking energy at this time, right? I do feel like there is some messaging here back and forth in the heart chakra. There is this energy of renewal and spark coming from divine masculine, the feminine very guarded, very resistant, and very closed off. All right. Sandra gifted me the divine feminine oracle. I believe it's divine feminine wisdom oracle. Do you remember, Sandra? We're going to use those for guidance tonight. I feel like with all this Venus energy, it's perfect for the occasion. Myo Shan, the Princess of Mercy. Giving is receiving. The energy of the universe is merciful. Marabai, the Saint of True Freedom. Love is what sets me free. I am married to my own soul. I love that. Let's do one more. Shekna, the presence of the divine feminine. At the center of everything, there is light, and I am that light. All right, that is going to be your collective reading, guys. I hope that was helpful. I'm going to clean up really quickly, and then we'll move over to those free and paid mini readings. So I am going to use the Divine Feminine Oracle for the message from Venus tonight. sometimes I get down with these readings and remember this is my spiritual awakening, right? So it's like most of the time I'm channeling the reading and it's like I have to go back and watch the reading to actually get the knowledge, the information. Sometimes I can channel the information. I can still be present, like I'm sitting right here, aware of all the things. And it's like I get through the collective reading, and I'm just like, oh, what fresh hell is coming knocking on the door now? You know what I'm saying? Like it gives me that type of vibe sometimes. All right, Venus and Aries. What passions are you holding or hiding or suppressing? I guess is a better word. How to take action on your desires. Where you need to initiate in relationships. That should be interesting, right? And then, of course, message from Venus. That is going to be the free reading tonight. Let me grab pen and paper and I will get over here to make the list, to look at the list. The moderator ladies have the list flowing. No hurry tonight, no rush tonight, guys. I'm not in a rush or any hurry tonight. But I don't want to overdo. Overdoing is going to be super easy to do. So we need to be extra cautious about that, right? So let's go ahead and let's stop that list at 11. Let's not let it get past that, all right? So I see Sherry wants Venus. Sherry, tell me, how was the chakra balance video I sent? Did it work out well for you? Let me know what your thoughts are. I'm thinking about releasing all of those under the, uploaded videos. Vanessa on Facebook. Venus. I forgot to open my Twitch, so we wouldn't even know if someone was there or not. We're still struggling with TikTok, unfortunately. But what's interesting is I'm still getting paid for videos that we had done previously, so that's kind of nice. All right, let's see. All right, we are live over there. Just gonna click on this real quick. Michelle. Single. Now remember, guys, everyone who participates is going to be entered in the drawing for the free giveaway tonight. We're doing it at the end of the live. You do have to be here in order to win. So if you get a reading, you're going to have to stick around just a little while longer. But we'll do that drawing at the end tonight. And I just remembered the subscriber, the member giveaway. We need to do that as well. Jenna. I keep saying I need a secretary over here, y'all. But I got one. I got one. I got the Gina. I got the AI secretary. And I know some people are not a fan of the AI. I just like using it to help me run my business. It's definitely very helpful. Erica wants guidance. Let's pull out the Queen of the Moon for general guidance. Right, get those ready. And Chanley wants general guidance. All right. All right, let's start with Sherry. Say hi to me in the comments. Mm, I love that. Jenna, 1111. All right, Sherry, you're up. You are first. There she is. All right, Sherry, here we go. Venus and Aries. I know it's a little bit ahead, guys. Venus and Aries is on April 30th. April 30th goes all through May till the end of May. All right. Let's look at what you're hiding first. What are you hiding, Sherry? What passions are you suppressing, trying to bury? Three of Wands comes out. I heard you want to go somewhere, but Two of Wands is patience. Two of Wands is waiting for something, being patient. Um, Maybe you want to offer something to someone. Two of Wands is also about an offer, but I think it's about wanting to actually physically go somewhere. I don't know. Maybe it's just traveling. Maybe it's taking a trip. Maybe you've always wanted to travel and you've just never had an opportunity, something like that. And I just want to point out that whatever I bring up as passion that's you're hiding, and this is not just for Sherry, for everyone tonight, right? Whatever passions you're hiding, the Venus and Aries energy is literally just going to dig down in there, rip that rug right out, and pull it all the way up to the surface. Like, that's just the way it is. So, whatever comes out for that energy, just keep that in mind, right? So, Sherry, if you've been wanting to travel and you're like, I don't get to go anywhere, I don't get to travel, maybe you've been wanting to take a trip, that opportunity will come up. Venus and Aries. When it does, make sure to call me and let me know about it. All right. How can you take action on your desires? How can you take action on your desires? We have King of Wands. Act confidently. Act confidently. Act like something is already yours. Like you've done it 1,000 times, right? So that's pretty easy. All right, this one should be good. Where do you need to initiate in relationships? Where do you need to initiate in relationships? Wow. Sherry, the lovers comes out. I didn't expect to see that so soon, right? But that's pretty interesting. Well, it could mean a couple of different things. They're plumb naked, to be perfectly honest, so that could be what needs to be initiated, but I'll just leave that there. It could also be that you need to put yourself first. And I know you're like, where do you get that, Rosa? Okay, let me explain. So the lovers, I know we see the naked people, yes, but and you two might yell at us, so let's cover up their parts. But the lovers, actually, the meaning of the lovers in Rider Waite says that you're choosing to love and heal yourself. right? That's the whole point of the lover, is choosing to love and heal yourself so that you can come into union later, right? Whole, right? So it could just say where you need to initiate in relationships is you need to be able to put yourself first. You need to be able to choose you. All right, let's get a message from Venus for Sherry, the lovers, strong Gemini energy. Also my clue card for the twin flame journey. Ooh, two cards came out. Lila, the saint of spoken words. Maybe you need to speak up for yourself. It says, every word I say becomes a prayer. I am the author of my own story. You also have Thesla, the prophetess of true power. I call my power back from all times and places. I am my own. All right, Sherry, I'm going to leave that right there. I hope that was helpful. I'm going to jump over to YouTube just real quick. And let's get those memberships before it's too late. All right, we gifted 5 more to Jose, Jenny, Patty, Chan Lee, and Milky Way. Should we go ahead and just hit the button again for 5 more? It gives me 10 a month. And then, like, if I don't use them right away, it takes them away. You know what I'm saying? I know. Congratulations, Chan Lee and Milky Way. Milky Way, I love that. All right. Erica says here. Is it Erica? Is Erica next? No, Erica's down at the bottom. Erica. Vanessa. Vanessa is next. Vanessa, say hi to me in the comments. How you doing, Erica? I love it, Chanley. Super cool. Over on YouTube, you can see the little like whoever's clicking the little. I see the little hearts. Too cool. I don't get to see none of that stuff, y'all. I love it so much. I don't even get to see it unless I go check. Do you guys see it? Like, can you guys see little hearts in the live chat? Or like the little congratulations? Was that you, Dina? I seen that go up several times. Like, do you guys see it or does it just show it to me? Well, either way, super cool. All right. Vanessa is next, and she is doing Venus in Aries. All right, Vanessa, let's see what you're hiding. What passions are you suppressing? Oh, we have 9 of Swords coming out. That's a tough one. So it's not telling me what you're hiding, but it's telling me that it's causing you a lot of angst. It's causing you a lot of confusion, stress, anxiety. Yeah, spirit, totally not telling me. So that's interesting. It's like, Vanessa, and you're keeping it under the rug. What passions are you suppressing? It could have something to do with the bed in the picture, most definitely. And that passion could be causing you some type of like fear or worry. And again, that whatever that passion is like that's going to be brought to the surface. Venus in Aries. All right, how to take action on your desires. Four of Cups comes out. You're going to manifest something, put all the ingredients together, bring something to fruition, stop ignoring something. All right, where you need to initiate in relationships, Vanessa. Ooh, King of Swords comes out. This is definitely nothing but speaking truths, but it's speaking up for yourself because it's the king, right? Um, Speaking with authority. That's it. Speaking with authority, especially if you're trying to manifest something. If you've been trying to manifest something for a long time, speak something with authority. All right, let's pull message from Venus for Vanessa. All right, we have Intaduna, the High Priestess. I am one with my soul, and my soul is a legacy of love. On the bottom, the goddess of self-knowledge. How interesting. The essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything that I create, and that is that Four of Cups. All right, Vanessa, I'm going to leave that there. I hope that was helpful. All right, Michelle on Facebook is next. Guys, tonight my birthday giveaway is a POR one-on-one live hour with me, where you can get a live reading. I also offer twin flame coaching. So up to you, whoever wins tonight. Thank you, Vanessa. All right. There's Michelle. All right, Michelle, Venus and Aries. What passions are you suppressing? Ace of Pentacles. You want something to be given to you. It could definitely be financial. Has something to do with a new beginning. Maybe a raise or a promotion or a title. All right, how to best take action on your desires. How to best take action on your desires. Knight of Swords is here. Speak clearly and quickly. Um, so Knight of Swords is normally my clue card for the breakup, but you're not really breaking up from anything here. You're rushing in to communicate, rushing in to tell people what it is that you want. I feel like I touched on that at the beginning of the live where I said for the Divine Feminine, like we've finally realized that, you know, people aren't psychic and they can't read our minds, and we actually have to tell people what we want. So there's something about that coming out there. All right, where you need to initiate in relationships. Where you need to initiate in relationships. Lovers again. 5 of Cups. This is about alchemy. So normally the 5 of Cups is a challenging card for me. It's a very painful card. It talks about despair and agony. It's an agony. It's a tragic. Um, it's just a tragic energy. It says that some tragedy has happened, right? Like that's why you always see the 3 cups spilt and the person is like doom and gloom, looking down, sad face, all the things, right? But the whole point of the 5 of Cups is to look at the 2 of Cups that are still standing. Whenever you see a 5 of Cups in Rider Waite, there's always 3 cups spilt and 2 cups that are behind him standing. There's actually a purpose or a reason that the 2 cups are behind him. The whole point is that he's supposed to stop looking at what he lost or what is spilled, right? And he's supposed to turn around and see what he has left, because what he has left is actually going to take him to his abundant future, right? So this is alchemizing the twin journey, because the lovers is you choosing you, and it is my clue card for the twin journey. This is you turning around and saying, wow, this is what I gained. I learned how to love myself. I learned how to heal myself. I learned how to manifest the love that in the life that I want, right? So interesting. I meant to say the life that you want, but I said the love and life you want. All right, Michelle. Michelle's card is just flying out. Here is your message from Venus. Saint Bridget, Our Lady of Exalted Light, I give endlessly because the light is without end. My soul is all I need. Let's get one more. Freya, the goddess of discernment. I spend my time wisely. I only say yes when it's a holy hell yes. Don't be don't people please. No people pleasing. All right. I'll leave that there. I hope that was helpful. Sandra is next. Erica, what do you mean by that? I see your comment. What does that mean? What does that comment mean? All right. Hoping for a particular position, and I'm going to advocate for it. I love I love it. Love it, love it. Sandra, I just saw the Hanged Man. You may be overthinking something stuck in your head. Can't stop thinking about something or someone. That's always fun. I see the Knight of Wands. Don't be reckless. take smart risks. All right. All right, Sandra, let's see what you're hiding. What passions are you suppressing? Slippery situation. I heard the word situationship. So a Page of Cups is a small offer. It's usually not the best offer. It usually says that there can be a better offer, but because there's a slippery situation, the fish jumping out, right? Because there's a situation, the offer is minimal. So you have some passion, something that you want, that you desire. Um, Maybe you want the offer to be made to you, or you want to make someone a small offer. It's also very possible that you want someone to apologize. All right, how to take action on your desires. How to take action on your desires. The Emperor, wow. Step up to the plate. Take control of a situation. It's also the leadership card, Aries, the Emperor. All right. I would look to see, Sandra, what house does Aries rule for you? That could also tell you where to take action or how to take action on your desires. All right, where you need to initiate in relationships. Where you need to initiate in relationships. We have the Queen of Cups coming out. The Sun is on the bottom. I knew that was crazy. I was like, there's no way. All right. I was like, the wrong tarot card done came out. Okay, so Queen of Cups is like motherly energy. It's nurturing energy. It's caretaker energy. I have went and visited Sandra a couple of different times in Missouri. To say that she's a caretaker or a nurturer is a complete understatement. She's a mom, right? And she's just very, she reminds me a lot of my own sister. She's just very caring and loving and compassionate person, very empathetic person, very understanding, all of these things. So when I seen the Queen of Cups, like, where you need to initiate, I was like, how is that even possible? That the wrong card came out. So then Spirit says, turn it over, bottom of the deck, and we see the Sun. And the Sun is all about the self. Venus in Aries is going to literally teach every last one of us, not just Sandra, but Sandra, get ready, girl. But all of us. It's going to teach us the importance of putting ourselves first. You cannot love someone else if you don't know how to love and take care of yourself. If you think that you can, you're only lying to yourself. You're literally just pouring your depletion on the people that you love. And you're like, no, I'm not, Rosa. I take care of all my family. I do all the dishes. I do all the cleaning. I do the laundry. I do everything. I do that because I love them so much. Yeah, but are you short with them? Are you snappy? Do you sit down and have conversations? Are you yelling? Are you screaming? Are you telling people get out of your face? You see what I'm trying to say? Like, are you pouring your depletion? Again, not talking to Sandra because I already know that she does. She is the Queen of Cups. But Sandra, the overdoing could definitely be a situation here. And that could be where Venus and Aries steps in, right? Balance is going to be key everywhere in all areas of our life. All right, message from Venus for Sandra. We have Sappho, the poetess. I love every inch of my body, and I love the women in my life fiercely. Fatima, the mother of Imams. Love is my lineage, and gratitude is my religion. I love it. I'm going to leave that right there, Sandra. I hope that was helpful. Sandra says, oh, it's like on Donkey Kong. I'm putting me first a lot more. It's coming. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I have this thing where I, well, I mean, I can't say that. I'm dating someone that actually does it. Okay, so my friend, um, I really got to think of a name, whatever, right? My junior. He's the type of person that he doesn't really buy himself anything. Like when we go out and we're, purchasing things, he never really thinks of himself or thinks to buy himself something. And if he does, it's something that's very inexpensive. You know what I'm saying? It's like he doesn't want to spend his money on himself. He just wants to spend it on his family, right? How many of you guys are like that? Now I'm a girl, okay? I'm a woman, so I buy things for myself. I like to go buy my nails, right? I get these little $4 nails at the Dollar General. Oh my God, I love them. I've learned how to file them down and use the right glue so they can last like 2 weeks. You know what I mean? I'm a thrift shopper, Goodwill fan for sure, right? My favorite thing to do is go into Goodwill and find something that's brand new and still has a tag on it. I know, right? Totally makes my day. But my point is that I feel like we all collectively were this person, these type of people that we did for everyone else. We did for everyone else. And we didn't really invest in ourselves. Does that ring true to anyone in here? And so now we're having this spiritual awakening, and really the last half of 2024 and really all of Pluto moving into Aquarius has done this, and much more, Mars and Cancer retrograde, all of that stuff helped us as well. But it's like, we've learned that not only do we have to put ourselves first, but we're worthy. We are worthy, and it's okay to take care of in fact, we should take care of ourselves. We are a vessel, a channel for spirit, and we're having this awakening, and it's okay. In fact, it's needed that we take care of ourselves, that we give ourselves in abundance, right? So I'm not saying that I'm gonna swap from my $4 nails because I freaking stinking love them, right? But will I buy 2 or 3 packages next time I go? Yes, absolutely. You see what I'm trying to say? And I think that Venus in Aries is really going to show all of us, right, the whole planet, how to do that, and the importance of doing that. All right, Jenna is next on my list. Jenna is also doing Venus reading. And Jenna, when is your twin's birthday? You have the Aries twin birthday. I just want to say that the Aries and Scorpio is super strong here, super strong here. And you know how I always talk about like me and Junior, and I point out that we have very similar charts. We have very similar charts because we both have Cancer rising, right? Now, however, our placements are different, right? Jenna, is it the 17th? Is it on my birthday? You would think that I would remember that by now. But our moons are in different placements. Like I have a Sagittarius moon. I actually thought I had a Capricorn moon for the longest time, and then I plugged in my birth time, and I knew that it was at the cusp, so I knew that it was going to be, a little bit of both, right? But He has the Scorpio moon. Scorpio moon. He is not the person that, caused my spiritual awakening. There's a lot of Scorpio energy there as well. But I find it pretty interesting that a lot of the people that are drawn to PLR, um, a lot of Aries, right? Aries sun and moon, and then a lot of Scorpio sun and moon. I can't believe that, Jenna. And I feel like I forget every year. What was his fundraiser for? The Judgment. The Scorpio comes out. We were just talking about it. Jenna, that's that energy of hearing your calling. But I think that's that's something different. I think that message for you is that the counterpart energy hears you. You could be communicating, or your energy could just be really loud. All right, Jenna, let's see. What passions are you suppressing? We have Knight of Swords. You want to communicate. You want to communicate. You want to go somewhere and communicate. And you want to do it quickly. That is what you're holding back. It's like you're trying not to communicate, or you're using minimal words, maybe more body language than physical talking. All right. How to take action on your desires, Jenna? Whoa. So many cards came out. The Emperor, which is leadership, step up to the plate, power. The Five of Pentacles, which says it's okay to ask for help. And the Ace of Cups, which is overflow of emotion. So there's something about being courageous or powerful enough to ask for help when it comes to how you're feeling about something. Could also have something to do with intuitive hits, but I think it's the emotion. All right, let's look at what you need, where you need to initiate in relationships. Where you need to initiate in relationships. The World comes out. You need to open yourself up to new opportunities. This could have something to do with closing out stagnant relationships, things that are not serving your greater good, and being more open to maybe meeting new people, starting new relationships. That definitely could be the message there. All right, let's pull a message from Venus for Jenna. We have Diana coming out, Queen of the Wilderness. The language of natural world is a frequency of love. This is my mother tongue. We also have Sarah Lakili, Queen of the Outsiders. I have arrived. I am where I will always be, in love. All right, I'm going to leave that right there, Jenna. I hope that was helpful. Oh, Jenna. All right. Here's where we're at. I have Dina, Erica, and Chan Lee. So Dina, say hi to me in the comments. I see Erica and Chanley is still here. Have we seen Dina? I feel like I just seen her a minute ago. There she is. All right, Dina. All right. What passions are you hiding? What passions are you hiding? Nine of Cups. Divine wishes being granted. I feel like something was granted. You could have gotten a wish granted that maybe you didn't think would be. Um, maybe you're still wishing on it, but it's definitely something that you want. Nine of Cups, like you're praying for it. All right. I got this weird message, Dina, like when this energy comes in, Venus and Aries, again, it's going to be something you're really passionate about. It's kind of giving this energy, like, be careful what you ask for. There's something about that with the Nine of Cups. All right. Maybe it's more than what you expected. Maybe it's more work than you expected. I don't know. Something like that. All right. How to take action on your desires. How to take action on your desires. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, draw the line in the sand. Have healthy boundaries. I heard make people work for something, work for it. Don't give something away, something like that. All right, where you need to initiate in relationships. Where you need to initiate in relationships. And I just want to say too, Queen of Swords, very cut and dry with her words, very direct with her vocabulary as well. And that could be where you need to take action for your desires. All right, where you need to initiate in relationships. We have Six of Cups. Six of Cups is someone from your past. King of Wands, it's someone who is very confident in themselves, or you need to be very confident with someone in your past. Courageous as well. King of Wands, courageous. Five of Cups on the bottom. All right, let's do message from Venus. Amaterasu, the goddess of light. We are all sacred mirrors reflecting back the same light. Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion. I recognize suffering in order to release it. Curiosity breeds compassion. I just want to point out that the King of Wands does have compassion. There is someone from the past that maybe you want something from them. They have something you want. I don't know. You're going to have to really draw a line in the sand, speak truth, speak clearly what it is that you want from this person. But there's also something about understanding this person or having compassion. Again, someone from your past, could have something to do with children, but I don't think so. Um, it's like I'm hearing that message, hurt people, hurt people. So it's like whatever this issue is with this person, they themselves are hurt. And that's where Spirit is asking you to like view them from or see them from, something like that. All right, I'm going to leave that right there. I hope that was helpful. All right, Erica. Erica is next. Erica's like, I'm still here. I waited so patiently. Yes, guys, I'm giving away a live 1 hour session with me tonight. Everyone who waited patiently will be entered. We're going to draw the winner tonight. Did I miss Diana? Are we supposed to have Diana? I see where Michelle posted the list. Diana, Erica, Chan Lee. Did I miss Diana? I don't show Diana on my list. All right, I'm gonna go ahead with Erica. Diana, forgive me if I'm missing you, but just let me know and I'll just go to it next. All right, Erica, here we go. What passions are you hiding or suppressing? The Empress. I just heard power and control. It's possible that you want power and control in something. It's possible that you don't feel the power and control in your life that you should have within Empress energy. But there is something like you're feeling like maybe you can't manifest the things you want because she's all about creativity and bringing in the things that she wants. Maybe you feel like your connection to spirit is struggling because it's also about her connection to spirit. And then, of course, there's something about the astrology as well. How are you with the astrology, Erica? Do you feel like you understand the astrology? You keep up with it? You use it as a spiritual tool, or no, just learning new to the whole situation? Let me know. What passions you're hiding is power and control. You want power. You want to be able to be in control of your life. All right, how you can take action on these desires. We have Two of Cups. This is spirit. This is not soulmate energy. I know you were asking about a specific person earlier, but I heard it the moment I turned the card over. Spirit's asking you to meet him halfway. Um, I gotta stop saying that spirit's a him. Okay, that's another thing that's happening in my journey. But anyway, um, there's this energy of needing to meet, needing to put in effort. Like, yes, you are powerful, yes, you can create, but you're gonna have to actually like meet your soul on the path that you're on, right? Like, you're gonna have to start to follow your purpose. This could have something to do with like prayer, meditation, journaling, channeling, all of those types of things. All right, where you need to initiate in relationships. Where you need to initiate in relationships. Wow, the Magician comes out. You are this Empress. So it is this, it does make sense to see the Magician. It is this energy like you hold the power to create what it is that you want. I'm being told to tell you something. Okay, Erica, just a real quick, because I'm just gonna try to get through it super fast. Ready? Um, I'm in a relationship, which many of you know. I've been in and out of this relationship. I wouldn't say that that is the route to go. Okay, I'm not saying that the way I did it was the right way to do it. But here's what I did. I had boundaries. I had expectations. I had strong requirements to be in a relationship with me. And if you can't meet those requirements, then I can't be in a relationship with you, right? It really is just that simple. And I don't make these requirements, okay? God makes these requirements. I don't know why I had an awakening. I don't know why this is happening, right? But I just know that it is happening. And in order to be in a relationship with me, these requirements have to be met. I'm not asking anybody to buy me Louis Vuitton and Mercedes. I'm not asking anybody to tap their head and rub their belly and do cartwheels naked down the street. I'm not asking anybody to do any of these things, right? What I do require is, it's not like it's through the roof, crazy, whatever stuff, right? But those requirements have to be met in order for me to be able to stay in this relationship. You need to do the same thing. If you want someone to do something, stop giving something away for free. Make them do it, and then you give back your love in return, if that makes sense. All right. Create the life that you want. And make sure you're taking care of you as well, because as within, so without. So if the inside is mixed up and murky and you're not meeting spirit halfway, you could be struggling to manifest in the 3D as well. All right. Message from Venus. We have Bridget, the goddess of the eternal flame. I am an eternal flame, and each day my light grows brighter. And Queen Esther, the morning star. My ego is in service of my soul, and I trust my soul's divine timing. That's going to be about that divine timing, right? All right. I hope that was helpful, Erica. Hi, Renee. All right. I just seen 3 of Cups. Chan Lee. 3 of Cups is going to be soul family, soul tribe, soul sisters. Chan Lee just got membership for PLR gifted. I think I'm going to go ahead and do the other 5. Renee, do you ever come watch us on Facebook? I want to say you have. I just noticed that it's finally gifting to people, that come in here. The first couple of times we gifted, it was like real random. You know what I mean? Okay, so Erica says, I just want to forget him. So what are you going to do about that, Erica? Like, what are you going to do to make that happen? Are you going to get tarot readings about him? Are you going to look up his social media and see what he's doing? Are you going to ask your friends to tell you what he's doing? Or are you going to get tarot readings for yourself? Are you going to spend your time on your soul's path in your journey? Erica said, I blocked him again. So that's a start. But we put the focus on ourselves, right? We put the focus on ourselves. How's it go? Where our attention flows, energy grows. Where our attention flows, energy grows. Where our focus flows, energy grows, right? So if I'm focused on this person, then that energy is going to grow. But if I'm focused on healing myself, becoming healthy, working out, journaling, meditating, all of these things, then it's me that's growing, right? I love that. Erica says, I haven't been asking about him. I really want to build my life. And that's how you know that your divine feminine is emerging. When all of a sudden you start focus on your foundation, on your abundance, on your financial independence, right? That's when you realize that the divine feminine is emerging. All right, Chan Lee or Diana. Let's do Diana. Diana and then Chan Lee. I love you, Chan Lee. Diana. Say hi to me, Diana. Let me know if was I supposed to do Diana? I remember seeing it. Yeah, see, I'm confused. I'm confused. Is Diana next? Is Chan Lee next? I just seen it where Michelle had it on her list. So I just want to make sure I'm not missing her. Like there it is. Thank you. And was it I just remembered Erica wanted general guidance. I totally gave her Venus reading. Diana, did you want Venus reading? The message still comes out, Erica. It still comes out. And the message was put yourself first, right? All right. Venus. Thank you, Michelle. All right, here we go. So the first thing I'm looking at is what passions are you hiding? Are you suppressing? Are you holding back? I feel like you're holding something back. Look, Queen of Cups. Ooh, you want to love somebody. Maybe you want to give your love to somebody. You want to nurture somebody. You want to take care of somebody. Something like that. Queen of Cups is coming out. That could also be divine feminine. You could just want to match with your divine masculine. Maybe you want to step into your, um, you know, um, dark feminine energy. It could be that as well. I feel like a lot of us are stepping into our dark feminine energies. All right, where you need to take action on your desires. Where you need to take action on your desires. We have the Hermit. Ooh. Spiritual awakening, enlightenment, ascension. It's enlightenment. You need to gain more information about something. Maybe gain more spiritual information about something. Virgo energy as well. So I would look to see where is the house of Virgo for you. What does that represent? That could also tell you where or how to take action. All right, where you need to initiate. Where you need to initiate in relationships. We have Ace of Pentacles. The Emperor is on the bottom. You need to make an offer. That's so weird. And I do see the archway. It's giving relationships. Do you need to ask somebody out? Diana, why do I feel like I'm missing like I'm missing chapters here? But yeah, I feel like it's possible you need to ask somebody out. You need to ask somebody, offer them something. All right, message from Venus. I mean, if it's your boss, Then it could be like, yeah, you're asking for a raise. You need to ask for a raise. I mean, that's possible. But yeah, no, it's like you need to ask somebody out on a date because I seen the little, like the little marriage arch thing. All right, message from Venus. Is there a new person? Is there a Virgo? I just wonder. All right, Hestia, the goddess of sanctuary. No matter where I am home. The most sacred sanctuary is found within. How interesting. Mirabai, the state of true freedom. Love is what sets me free. I am married to my own soul. Margaret Perret is on the bottom. The mystic of divine love. Love is divine, and I am nothing except love. All right, Diana, I'm going to leave that right there. I hope that was helpful. Dark feminine, but I mean, it would mean the same thing. Dark feminine is a powerful feminine, but the label is mostly dark feminine. And what they mean by that is when you integrate your shadow self. And when you integrate your shadow self, what that means, we put all these fancy labels on things and then we make it so complicated sounding. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, gatekeepers. um, but what they mean when they say your shadow self or integrating your shadow self is you've done the work where you look at the things that you consider hurt or broken, um, or not right about yourself, right? And you pull up the like the reasonings and the purposes and the understandings, and you gain clarity on why you do certain things. And then what happens is, at least this is how it happened for me, is I realized that all those things that I thought was wrong with me were actually like personal powers. And if I just fine tune them, they were actually given to me as a power to use in my soul's journey, in my soul's path. So that's how you integrate your shadow self, right? All right. Chanley wants guidance. Let me pull Queen of the Moon out. I pulled it out for her earlier. And Renee is going to do Venus. All right. All right, Chanley, say hi to me in the comments. Let me know that you're still here. After Renee's reading, I'm going to wrap it up and we will pull our giveaway winner tonight at the end of the live. All right. All right, Chanley, let's see what Spirit wants to say. I want to say, if you have a question, you can think of your question right now, right? Because I feel like there's something you want to know about, and Spirit's fixing to answer your question, okay? So go ahead and get it out there, in the front of your mind or whatever you got to do. Ready? All right, Hot Moon Extremes comes out. It's number 34. Gratitude comes out. Wisdom comes out. On the bottom, nourishment, mind, body, and soul. There's going to be something that you're missing here. I'm hearing the mind. So maybe you work out, maybe you meditate, but you need to find peace. You need to put yourself first when it comes to finding peace and solitude. Could have something to do with like calming the mind. All right. All right. Hot Moon Extremes, Gratitude, Wisdom. Here's the general guidance message. Are you ready? Okay, so again, I feel like you had some question or something that you wanted to know about, and Spirit's going to answer it pretty directly. The Hot Moon Extremes card says, don't let your emotions control your actions. Don't let your emotions control your actions. Don't let you're feeling frustrated about something. Don't let that hinder you or slow you down. gratitude is going to be your best friend at this time. There's something about struggling to find gratitude. There could be something about a passed on loved one as well, who's like watching over, protecting. Twin flame could be something that like your mom, your mom's mom, your mom's mom's mom, you know what I'm trying to say? Like that type of energy. There's something about that here as well, but the focus needs to be the gratitude. And I think that's how you're going to be able to gain the wisdom, integrate the wisdom and what you've learned, and not take impulsive action. All right, I'm going to leave that right there. I hope that was helpful. You had 34, 23, and 22. All right, Renee is next. Chanley says, I do meditate. There's something about quiet. Tell me, okay, so in my house, it's interesting because I had three boys in my first round of life, right? I was married for 20 years. I had three boys. Um, my house was always chaotic, a zoo, you know what I mean? Like it was people coming, going all the time. We had pets, you know, and just craziness all the time, right? Working full time, both parents, all the things, right? So it was always loud and um, you know, just rambunctious, right? Now my family, I have a stepdaughter and of course my person. Um, it's still they're still a loud rowdy bunch. um, so there are times where I literally have to remove myself, um, go to my room, maybe, you know, take a long bath, who knows, you know, whatever, but finding some quiet time so that the mind can focus, calm down, maybe even hear messages from the spirit channel, that type of thing. There's something about calming down the noise. That's what it is, like quieting the noise. All right, Renee. Hey, TC on Twitch. All right, Renee. And Renee, you're doing Venus reading. Yes, thank you, Diana. Yes, guys, if you got a reading, please stick around because I'm going to pick the winner right after Renee. She's going to wrap the night up for us, and then I will pick the winner live. We are doing a giveaway for a live 1 hour free session with me. You can get a live reading. I also do twin flame coaching. So you choose one free hour. All right, guys, I need you to hold on for me. Just one moment, Renee. Just one moment. All right. Junior is fixing to get off work, and they have these strawberry parfaits there. And so like I try to remind him right before he's getting off work that I really want one of those strawberry parfaits. But there's a kind like with the granola, you know what I'm talking about? Oh my gosh, they are so good and good for you. All right, I'm ready. I just seen the death card, Scorpio energy, endings, transformations. All right, Renee, the first thing I'm going to look at is what passions you're hiding. What passions you're hiding, suppressing. You have Five of Swords. This is the need to um, want to leave something, want to alchemize something. It's definitely heavy energy with the Five of Cups, but it's like something was you lost something. I mean, that's literally what the card means. It's lost. So it's like something was lost, and I get this energy like it was a long time ago, and you just want to be able to like move on from that loss. That's what I'm getting there. All right, how to take action on your desires. There's going to be something about the alchemy here. I just want to say, Renee. All right, how to take action. We have the High Priestess. Right. Ooh, that's like so asking you shall receive type of stuff right there. I almost said a curse word. But it is. It literally is like you have the power, right? The High Priestess sits at the veil. If she wants something, she just moves the veil and tells spirit what it is that she wants. So how you're going to take action for your desires. One, you could have some type of inner knowing of what it is that you need to do. Two, get control of your emotions and your feelings. You always see the moon down at her feet. That is what that represents. And three, ask. Just ask. Ask and you shall receive. All right. Where you need to initiate in relationships. Where you need to initiate in relationships. Two cards come out. Page of Pentacles and Nine of Pentacles. Interesting. You need to give yourself something that you're giving other people. I know that the question is where you need to initiate in relationships. Spirit's not going to say that you need to give people your money. That's never going to happen. It's possible, like if let's say for example you have a friend and there's some situation and they need a small loan. I mean, that's possible, okay, but I think what the message here is that you're always giving little pieces of yourself to others, and spirit wants you to give those pieces to yourself. King of Cups is on the bottom. This is my clue card for divine masculine. It's also about this energy of getting in control of your emotions. So we've seen that with the High Priestess as well. I got a lesson in getting control of my emotions. I'm in Aries. I have the sun in Aries. Mars is in Aries. Mars is your aggressive, passionate planet, right? I also have Mercury in Aries. Mercury is what rules our communication. Aries is a fighter, in your face, knock you out type of energy. So if you make me mad, or you hurt me, I tend to come out swinging, and I come out swinging hard. I mean, I don't know how to express that. And I'm learning how to, again, fine tune that. It's like I'm learning when to show compassion, which is very new for me, and when to show aggression. I'm learning how to balance the two, I guess, right now. So that could be something you're also dealing with. All right, message from Venus for Renee. Rita of Castilla, the patroness of impossible causes. I'm a miraculous. Prayer creates powerful channels of possibility. I'm a miraculous. That's so weird. That's a weird way of saying that. Like a miracle. Miraculous. I'm a miraculous. I'm saying the word wrong. Jesus, Rosa. All right. The queen of saintly women. I'm in service of divine love. I move the way love asks me to move. And last one that came out, Our Lady of Guadalupe, the Empress of Protection. I am safe and divinely protected. I am held in love at all times. Renee, I seen the death card right before when we were shuffling and getting your cards ready. And I was going to say something about the card, but I didn't because a lot of people get a little, kind of wonky about that card. And I know you, so the message that I was going to give you was like, well, I know you, so it's like, I know that you just had this thing happen. So it's like that really, so I just totally didn't give you the message. I just flipped the death card back into the deck and was like, forget it. And then Spirit sends the message back out because you're going to get the message whether I want to say it or not. It says, I'm safe and divinely protected. So if you're dealing with anything where you're fearful of anything, divinely protected. I hope that was helpful. All right. Let me clean up really quickly, guys. And my little notebook out. Yes. And I'm going to use my little heart tray today. Diana gifted me this little heart tray, you guys, that you see on my desk. All right. So we need to add Diana and Renee. Okay, so first on my list is Sherry. I'm going to use my little tabs that Sandra gave me. So Sherry going in the bowl first. And then Vanessa. I feel like Vanessa is due a win. All right, and then Michelle. All right, Sandra. Jenna. Dina. Erica. Accidentally put 2. Chanley. And Diana. And Renee. And that's it. Everybody hear their name. Remember, you do got to be here. So if I call anybody's name and you're not here, you got to pick again. All right, here we go. It's for the one-on-one, live one-on-one with me. Live reading, live tarot. I also do twin flame coaching. So if you just want to do that, you can just let me know. All right, I think I have one in my hand. It's a blue one. And it is Sherry. Sherry is our winner. Congratulations, Sherry. All right. Sherry, I will message you and we will set up your one-on-one. Sherry has actually gotten one-on-ones with me before. She actually did. She not just win. She won the chakra balance too. Didn't Sherry win the chakra balance too? Sherry's on a roll, right? Congratulations, Sherry. I love you so much. Thank you, everyone, for participating. Guys, I do want to point out we do have one more live next Monday. I'm going to do another live. We're going to do one last giveaway and I actually have something a little special planned for that one. So make sure to join me next Monday night for Love and Astrology. Very special giveaway. That will be the last giveaway for April, guys. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out with me. All 12 signs Wednesday night. Don't forget, come back 8 p.m. and I will put timestamps in. So if you don't catch me live, just remember timestamps are always in the description box over on my YouTube videos. And then, of course, Friday, make sure to look out for my video. I'm going to upload a video, guys. I'm hoping to be able to be in the chat with you when it comes out. I'm not sure how that's going to work out. We'll see. But that's going to be on Friday. And I'm going to look at the collective energies for the weekend, right? All right, guys. Thank you so very much, all my moderator ladies, for helping with the list every time. I appreciate you guys so very much. I'm so grateful. Spirit drew you to me. I don't know what I would do without you, ladies. I love you guys all so very much. I'm always, always sending each and every one of you abundant love and light on your journeys. Have a good night, everyone.